Congressman Bill Johnson of Ohio. He was grilling the CDC Director Tom Frieden about Ebola protocols and whether they are frankly up to snuff. 12 people in Ohio now are under quarantine after they came in close contact with an infected nurse during her visit to the Cleveland area. Hundreds more people are now being tracked down.
Congressman Johnson joins us now from Columbus, Ohio. We know there's going to be a press conference a little later in Ohio, which of course we're going to be taking you to. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Obviously, I think right now, given how vocal you have been about the CDC response, I want to get your reaction of the news of an appointed Ebola response coordinator. Does it sound to you, first of all, that's the right move? And do you think that this man, Ron Klain, a Washington insider, would be the right guy for the job?
Well, Michaela, certainly I think that what will give the American confidence is to get the answers to some of the questions that were posed yesterday. I personally thought we already had an Ebola Czar, Secretary Burwell at HHS. You know, what's been missing all along from this whole scenario has been leadership. And I'm not sure what appointing someone that has no experience in health care or public health administration is going to do to help stem the tide of Ebola in West Africa and protect the public health of Americans here at home. So, you know, the jury's out. I'm not going to second guess the president's decision because this is not about politics. This is about protecting the American people. But clearly what we need are answers to these important questions. How did the protocol break down? What happened? And how did these health care providers contract the Ebola virus?
Congressman, just to stay on the issue of Ron Klain as the Ebola Czar for a moment there, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, our doctor just moments ago, said the issue here isn't the science. The science of Ebola is known, so perhaps a manager is what is needed right now to sort of right this ship and coordinate all the systems at play here in handling what Ebola does exist in the United States.
Well, John, I get that leadership and management and organizational skills are required, but I have some concerns about the first part of what you just said, the science. I mean, if the science is so clear, John, then why don't they know how the protocol broke down and those health care providers in Texas contracted the virus? That's what concerns me. And as you know, yesterday in the hearing, I heard too many times from Dr. Frieden, I don't know the details to this. I don't know the details to that. We don't know what we don't know. And so I'm not certain that that they do have a grasp of the science. Otherwise, why is it taking so long to figure out how these fortunate healthcare workers contracted the virus?
Let me understand. Do you not have confidence in the NIH and the CDC and how they're handling this? Absolutely not, because if we had the answers to the questions, all Americans would have confidence. And the reason we had the hearing yesterday is because the CDC has acknowledged that there are gaps in their plans. I mean, when did they find out about this? They found out about this in March, and we're still now not certain of the adequacy of the protocol for health care providers in dealing with the situation. So I think all Americans, out of an abundance of caution, are asking the question, do we have confidence in the information coming out of the CDC? Now, let me say this. I have no question that their motivation, that their hearts are in this to make the right decisions and to do the right things. But we have to deal with the facts. We can't deal with assumptions and innuendo. We have to deal with the facts. And the facts are they don't know how this virus was spread to 2 healthcare workers, and that ought to be concerning to everybody.
Well, let's hope that the work is now being done to get these systems working. Congressman Johnson, we appreciate your work and the questions you're asking on this. They're important for all of us to hear. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.